stop for a moment and take a quick glance down. See that little mark right in the middle of your stomach? Yep, your belly button. Many people think there are only two kinds of belly buttons, innies and outies. But here's the thing. There's way more to belly buttons than you might think. In fact, the world of navel shapes is surprisingly diverse, with subtle differences you've probably never even noticed. Today we're going to explore 7 distinct types of belly buttons, with real insights from plastic surgeons and dermatologists. We'll even get into which shapes are considered the most attractive and why. So stick around because you might just find out something new about your own navel shape. Let's dive in. Number 1, the vertical oval or the classic innie belly button. When you think of an innie, this is probably the one that comes to mind, often nicknamed the eye shape. The vertical oval is actually the most common belly button shape out there. It's characterized by a narrow vertical slit with minimal hooding at the top and is considered the most attractive navel shape. Think of that perfectly symmetrical, elongated navel you see on magazine covers. That's this one. In fact, researchers writing in aesthetic plastic surgery studied the navels of top models and found this exact shape, elongated, perfectly symmetrical, with a subtle upper hood, to be the most appealing to the human eye. So if you have this belly button shape, you're pretty much in the beauty jackpot. Number 2 is the horizontal, or T-shaped belly button. Now, for something completely different, unlike the vertical oval, the horizontal belly button is wider than it is tall, often resembling a soft sideways slit. This shape is often the result of changes in the body over time, or the natural stretching of skin as we age. In fact, plastic surgeon Dr. Anka Brenna notes that this shape tends to be less vertically oriented and is often seen in individuals who've experienced significant weight gain or loss. While it's a perfectly normal variation, those with a very toned athletic build sometimes feel it interrupts the smooth line of the abdomen. Number 3 is the deep hollow belly button. Next up, we have the deep hollow. Think of it as the classic innie belly button, but with an extra twist. Yes, instead of a simple dip, it's a very deep depression, often with a shadow underneath the top fold of the skin, giving it a funnel-like appearance. Interestingly, a deep hollow navel can sometimes be a sign of excess abdominal fat, as the pressure from the surrounding tissue pushes the navel inward. However, for many people, it simply is a genetic variation, the way your umbilical stump healed. So, if you've got a super deep navel, it could just be the unique way you were made. Number 4, the protruding or outie belly button. Ah, the famous outie, the belly button that stands out, quite literally. Well, instead of folding inward like an innie, the small bit of scar tissue from the umbilical stump pushes outward, giving it that distinct look. And here's the surprising part. It's not because a doctor cut the cord wrong, as many people believe. In fact, according to a chapter in the Umbilicus and Umbilical Cord ebook, only about 10% of people have an outie. Most of the time, it's simply the result of a tiny umbilical hernia in infancy, when the muscles around the navel don't close completely. Nothing to worry about, though. It's harmless, and it just so happens to be one of the most recognizable belly buttons in the world. Number 5, the round belly button. Picture a small, neat circle, symmetrical, even, without any of those deep folds or hooded shapes we've covered earlier. That's the round belly button type. While it's still technically a deep innie, it's the closest you'll get to a perfectly circular navel. Now, there's something very balanced about it, proportional, clean, and pleasing to the eye. In fact, research shows that the round shape is the second most common type, right after the vertical oval. So if you have a perfectly round navel, you're in good company. Number 6, the light bulb belly button. The light bulb-shaped navel is one you probably haven't heard of, but trust me, once you see it, you'll know exactly what I mean. It's shaped like a vertical oval, but it tapers to a narrow point at the bottom, just like the base of a light bulb. Now, instead of a deep fold, there's very little hooding at the top. With that smooth oval shape gradually narrowing toward the bottom, the result? A distinct eye-catching look. In fact, it's so striking that it becomes a popular shape among people who go for umbilicoplasty, which is the surgical reshaping of the navel. And finally, we have number 7, the asymmetrical belly button. These are the belly buttons that don't fit neatly into any one category. Maybe it sits a little off-center, has an unusual fold, or just doesn't have a clearly defined shape. Interestingly, there are plenty of reasons for this. Sometimes it's just how the body naturally heals. Other times it's the result of an old piercing that left a scar, or even a past surgery. Whatever the cause, an asymmetrical navel often has a unique, almost artistic personality on its own. Some people love it, some people opt for surgery to correct it, but it's a testament to the fact that everybody is truly unique. So there you have it, 7 fascinating navel shapes, from the classic vertical oval to the playful outie and the one-of-a-kind asymmetrical navel. There's so much more to this small part of our bodies that we usually notice.